Hello students. Today we are going to read a short story by Paul Stewart titled Virtually True. The story is centered in a world where the line between the real and the virtual world is blurry. Before moving on to the story, let's learn a bit about the author. Born in London in 1955, Paul Stewart is an accomplished writer of children's books. He is best known for the best-selling Edge Chronicles series, which was illustrated by Chris Riddell. He was an English teacher in the early part of his career, working in Sri Lanka for a year. He also loved to travel. During his adolescent years, he spent many months in Greece, where he lived on the road doing odd jobs. Paul Stewart loved writing, and he wrote from a very young age. He created a series about a snail named Oliver when he was 7. His childhood experiences influenced his future literary works. Let us now start with the story. The story is a very intriguing example of science fiction and imagines a world more technologically advanced than the one we live in. Michael is a young boy who is extremely interested in all things related to computers. The digital world, with all its advancements and glamour, excites him. One day he comes across a newspaper article about a boy named Sebastian. He has miraculously recovered from a coma that doctors feared was permanent. What surprises Michael the most is that he had already met Sebastian during the time he was in the hospital. The newspaper picture of Sebastian leaves Michael with no doubt that he is indeed the same person he had met. His mind goes back to the strange events of the last few days, which seems too surreal to be true. Like Michael, his father is also an enthusiast of all digital things. One day, he purchases a virtual reality visor and glove and some interactive psychodrive games from a computer fair. Michael lives in a world where technology has advanced considerably. Games are now driven by mental power. It is a world where computers can independently perform and even think like humans. Michael has a great time playing the video games which transport him to exotic places like the Wild West and a moonlit castle. The line between the real and virtual world is so blurred in these games that Michael feels like he's actually living in them. However, in each of these games, he encounters a boy of his age named Sebastian who doesn't move or talk like a game character. No matter what the game is, Michael eventually ends up trying to rescue Sebastian, be it from gunmen in the West or an evil dragon in a castle. Unfortunately, he fails every time, and the game ends. Michael later finds out through a mysterious printout that Sebastian is an actual human who is trapped in the games. Michael encounters setbacks in his quest to rescue Sebastian. However, he doesn't give up hope and keeps on playing the games in an attempt to rescue him. Eventually, in the game Warzone, Michael is finally able to rescue Sebastian. As soon as he does that, the game ends and he gets a score of 40 million, signifying that he has cracked it. Michael realizes that the events he experienced in the games were true. Sebastian indeed exists in real life. He was playing the same video games that Michael played when he suffered the accident. Somehow Sebastian's mind and his consciousness was saved in the games. As a result, he was able to return from the coma when Michael rescued him. Doctors hence called it a miracle. Michael received a mail from Sebastian who thanked him for saving him in the game. Michael's assumptions were confirmed. The story explores the thin line between the real and the virtual world. Computers and devices are an omnipresent influence in everyone's lives. The author questions the role of sentient computers and technologies and fears that maybe they will try to overthrow humans. Although the story is set in a futuristic world, its theme is very much relevant today, where humans are growing more and more dependent on technology. That is all for today. Feel free to go through the recap and exercise files for practice. Till next time, goodbye.